Hey guys, John here. Welcome back to another WrestleMania review. Today I'm doing WrestleMania 29 live at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. In our first match, which was on the pre-show, The Miz defeated Wade Barrett via submission. It was the figure four leg lock I think he was using at that time for the Intercontinental Championship, so he won the title there. In the next match, The Shield defeated Randy Orton, Sheamus, and The Big Show when Big Show betrayed his teammates like he usually does. Why does anyone trust The Big Show? Yeah, WrestleMania debut for The Shield, and they come out victorious. Mark Henry then defeated Ryback in a confusing match. In the next match, Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane defeat Dolph Ziggler and Big E for the tag team title, so they retain their belts. Fandango, that's what he was called as at that time, defeated Chris Jericho in his first ever WWE match. Well, of course, he was Johnny Curtis beforehand, but now he's, Fandango. And Alberto Del Rio defeated Jack Swagger via submission for the World Heavyweight Championship. Match was kind of glossed over, but what are you going to do? Then we have a triple punch of alright matches. Our first match, it was The Undertaker, and he defeated CM Punk in a pretty good WrestleMania match. Of course, not up to the standards of like the Triple H and Michaels matches that he had previous years, but it was up there with like possibly the Edge match and the Batista match. Sorry, just had dinner. So overall, it was a good match. Triple H then defeated Brock Lesnar in Lesnar's first WrestleMania back with the company in a no-holds-barred match, and if Triple H lost, he'd be forced to retire. So you already knew what was the results going to be before the match even began. Again, good, hard-hitting, violent match. And see, a Brock Lesnar match goes 25 minutes is practically unheard of pretty much nowadays. So again, another good match. And up next was John Cena versus The Rock twice in a lifetime. Apparently, once in a lifetime isn't enough, so they did twice in a lifetime. They upped the stakes this time by having it for the WWE Championship. The Rock was the champion going in, John Cena was the champion going out. So John Cena did get his win back over The Rock the previous year and defeat him for the championship. We're now going to head on to some interesting facts about the event. And yeah, in our first fact, Triple H insisted that Madison Square Garden be the venue for the Hall of Fame ceremony. In the next match, Mr. McMahon allegedly thrashed a unification match for the Intercontinental and the United States Championship in a ladder match because he disliked Cesaro. This allegedly also put out Cody Rhodes, Kofi Kingston, Cesaro himself, and Damien Sandow out of a WrestleMania payday. Funny thing, it began to rain when The Miz won his Intercontinental Championship. Maybe the weather just doesn't like The Miz. A lot of people don't, but hey, I like him. He's good at what he does, and what he's good at is getting a crowd reaction. Sometimes in the bad way, but this time he's being booked by a face, which was kind of weird. Fans had to be moved because the poles surrounding the ring area were blocking their view. Like, some of the fans chanted, "We can't see," and they had to move them. Yeah, the ones at the back there were like the ones with the Rock, except they weren't like that. They were like blue poles, so you couldn't see through them, I should say. As I said, with the Shield wrestling that first WrestleMania match, Big E Langston and Fandango made their televised match debut at WrestleMania. Big E was on screen beforehand, but he never actually wrestled a match. And he was with Ziggler against Team Hell No. If you remember, that's the team with Kane and Daniel Bryan. And Fandango made his debut at WrestleMania, defeating Chris Jericho in a surprising turn of events, considering how downward Fandango's career has gone. Triple H got second-degree burns in his entrance. Basically, what happened is that they did like dry ice, and Triple H thought it was smoke instead of dry, so he walked straight through it. And there was a frosted patch on his torso, but in reality, he got like second-degree burns from it. Speaking of that match, a lot of people got injured. Triple H thought he broke his arm during the match. Michaels thought he broke his nose. And even Brock Lesnar came out with a couple of injuries. So, yeah, just showed you how violent the match became. I mean, I'm surprised Paul Heyman made it out alive. The next interesting fact, The Rock claimed that CM Punk was supposed to be added to his match with John Cena, making it a triple threat. And hey, maybe they did that, maybe, and give CM Punk the main event WrestleMania that he always wanted. Maybe that could have made him stay around for another year or two. You never know. But yeah, apparently it was next to have Punk go 1-on-1 with The Undertaker. I don't know why. The Rock tore hip muscles and suffered a hernia after John Cena's first attitude adjustment. Shows that even the most simple moves, like an attitude adjustment, can leave devastating impacts if you don't take it correctly. But fair play to The Rock for continuing for like another 15 minutes or so. But besides a 6-minute match with Eric Rowan, I believe, 6-second match, I should say, with Eric Rowan at 32, which I guess we can count, The Rock has not wrestled since. So you say that could be like a career-ending injury. I would say career-ending, but The Rock's still here. And it was the first wrestling event to rake in over $10 million in ticket sales. It earned, I believe, 12.6 million ticket sales, and which was massive. Interesting fact, this is not in terms of facts, but this is for me. This was the last WrestleMania I watched before I took a break from WWE. I just didn't really like where it was going, and I started to miss. I missed WrestleMania 30, even though I knew about the streak ending because I saw it trending on Twitter. And I got back just in time for 31. So this is the last Mania I saw. Good memories, I guess. It was an alright Mania. Undertaker versus CM Punk was good. Cena Rock was okay. Except the hype died down a bit from their match last year. And Triple H vs Brock Lesnar was an absolute destroy fest. That's it for my half of the WrestleMania reviews. We're doing 32 review on Friday. Please subscribe and we'll see you guys later. Take care.